What's up, guys? It's Tornado Gaming, and today we are taking control of the Kansas City Chiefs in Madden 26 franchise mode, trading away every single star player and not stopping this franchise until we build them back up to a Super Bowl. It's not limited to this video. It's a multi-part series, and we're not stopping until they win a Super Bowl. It could be with the same roster they had before, or it could be with a completely different one. From the first episode on, just disclaimer, I am allowed to make trades and sign free agents due to how hard of a simulation this is. I'm not going to put limits on myself. But, yeah, we're not stopping it until they make the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. By the way, I am not playing any of these games, so it's all AI intervention to make it fair. So, yeah, trading away every single star player, 81 above in this video in terms of overall, and not stopping the series until they win a Super Bowl with the roster I give them out of free agents and trades. So, yeah, let's get into it. Alright, guys, one rule I did forget to mention was that whenever we are doing these trades of trading the original core Superstars Chiefs roster, now this rule only applies to the theme of this episode, which is trading every player currently on the Chiefs, 81 or above. Rule only applies to this episode, but I can't trade for any active players when doing these trades. It has to be draft picks. So first, I'm offering Chris Jones to the Cowboys for the 12th pick in the 2026 draft, their round 2 pick in the 2026 draft, their round 1 pick in the 2027 draft, their round 4 pick in the 2026 draft, their round 3 pick in the 2026 draft, and their round 7 pick in the 2026 draft. Do they accept this? Would I like to accept this trade offer? Yes, I would. Controller, stop. We don't feel the offer brings enough value to what we'd be giving up. Alright, easy fix. Let me get a pick real quick. Alright, guys, I added this 6th round pick, so hopefully that does the trick. Would I like to submit this offer? Yes, I would. Alright, hold on. We'll offer the 7th round pick, too. Alright, no, I'm going to find a different offer. I don't think this is going to work. Alright, I figured trading Patrick Mahomes first might be easier, and we're shipping him off to the Rams. But the game says their top need is a QB, even though right now they have Matthew Stafford anyway. But their top need was a QB, so I figured, well, according to Madden, it was a QB. In real life, it probably isn't. But since that was the case, figured I would offer Patrick Mahomes for both their first-round picks this year, their second-round pick this year, their third-round pick this year, and their first-round pick next year. Do they accept this offer? Alright, well, we have our first trade offer accepted of the video. Alright, next, I'm attempting to trade away George Karlaftis to the Ravens because their 5th biggest need was his position right there, as you can see, and I'm offering George Karlaftis for their first-round pick this year, pick 27, and their 4th-round pick this year. Do they accept? Alright, hold on, I gotta find a pick because they don't think it's enough. Alright, guys, I went through our picks, and I've decided I'm gonna try to throw a 3rd-round pick into this deal, see if they accept. I didn't mean to click. No, controller. Quit freaking out. Alright. Alright, we're close to getting this deal done, so I'm going to add in one more pick. Alright, I'm going to try to throw a 6th rounder in here, see if that does the thing. Almost, but they didn't accept. I don't think this trade offer is going to work, guys. Alright, next, I'm going to try to ship Travis Kelce off to the New Orleans Saints. It says he's a bad fit, but their 2nd biggest need right now is a tight end. So what I'm offering is Travis Kelce for their first-round pick in this year's draft. And they will accept that. So we have our second trade offer we have our second trade deal, not offer, of the video done. Alright, my next offer is Creed Humphrey to the Broncos for their 2027 first-round pick, their 3rd-round pick for this year, their 7th-round pick for this year, their 7th-round pick for next year, and their 2nd-round pick for next year. So, do they accept this offer? Yep, alright. 3rd deal of the video done. Making some good progress now. I honestly thought at the start that we weren't going to do much, but now I'm starting to get happy, so let's continue. Alright, next I'm going to attempt to ship Isaiah Pacheco to the Bengals for their second round pick this year and their fourth round pick this year. For some reason in Madden, he's only an 83, so I might not get what I'm hoping for him, but if me pushing my luck doesn't work, I'll just remove that fourth rounder. But yeah, Isaiah Pacheco to the Bengals for second and fourth rounder. Do they accept this offer? God, I hit my controller for this. Alright, we're going to try taking out the fourth rounder, seeing what that does. Please stop. Alright, remove from trade. Alright, a seventh rounder, and I think you can get this deal done, so I'm going to add that real quick. Alright, I added the seventh rounder and took out the fourth rounder, and deal was done. Welcome, second round pick. Goodbye, Isaiah Pacheco. You're a Bengal. Enjoy that horrible defense. Alright, next, I'm trying to go for a 2-in-1 deal with this trade. Trying to send wide receiver Rashee Rice and cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Buffalo Bills. Because, as you can see, wide receiver is fourth on their list, but I don't see cornerback on their list, so I don't know why he's a green fit and Rashee Rice is a red fit. That just doesn't make sense. But what I'm trying to get in return is their first-round pick for this year, their seventh-round pick for this year, their other seventh-round pick for this year, their third-round pick for this year, and their second-round pick for this year. If that doesn't work, I'll just take the third-rounder out. Oh, and that's going to work. All right, we have another trade complete. That was a big one. Thank God we got that over. Alright, next I'm going to attempt to send Trey Smith to the Carolina Panthers for their second round pick this year, their fourth round pick this year, actually no, fourth round pick next year, sorry, sixth round pick next year, and their third round pick this year. Does it go through? Really? Come on. No. Alright, here we go. Alright, we have another trade done. This is being relatively more easy than I thought it would. Let's go. Alright, y'all, something I just realized. We only have a certain number of players left to trade away. We're actually making some pretty good progress. We only have to trade away Chris Jones. It's likely going to be the hardest one because he's the highest overall. So I'm likely going to overestimate him. And then we have Drew Tranquill, Leo Chenal, George Karlaftis, Nick Bolton, Harrison Butker, and that's it. So, we're making some good progress. Let's keep it going. Now what I'm going to attempt to do is trade Drew Tranquill to the Minnesota Vikings for their third-round pick next year, their seventh-round pick this year, their seventh-round pick next year, and their third-round pick this year. If this doesn't work, I'll just take the third-rounder out and put something like a fifth-rounder in. And that is going to work. We are making good progress. Let's keep it going and find our next trade. Like I said, I think that trading Chris Jones is going to be the hardest because I'm likely going to overestimate his value. See what we can find for him and I'll put something together. Alright, now I am attempting to trade Chris Jones to the Denver Broncos in return for the Denver Broncos 2028 first-round pick, their 2026 fourth-round pick this year, their sixth-round pick next year, and their first-round pick this year. Does this go through? And it will. Who I thought was going to be hardest to trade is now off the board to the Denver Broncos. I am happy about that. Alright, we have our next trade. Leo Chenal and George Karlaftis sent over to the Cardinals for the 16th overall pick in this year's draft. I believe that's 5 or 6 first-round picks now, so we are loaded for next year's draft. Happy about that. I believe we only have like 1 or 2 more players to trade, so I'm going to get to trading those real quick. Alright, well, we just made our final Chiefs roster dismantling trade of this video. Nick Bolton and Harrison Butker. Now, I know both of these guys are worth a lot, but due to Madden, look at this, is all we could really get, especially because of the fact that Harrison Butker's a kicker. Sent them to the Browns for their next year 5th round pick and their next year 3rd round pick. This is disappointing in my opinion, guys. But I'm gonna make some trades for other players in this video, plus some free agent signings in this video. So stay in this video to watch me do those. So we have a trade update, first official trade of the video. Sending a 3rd round pick to the Steelers, and I know this isn't star-studded, but it's gonna have to do for now. For tight end, Jonnu Smith. At least we have our answer there. That's a bit of a relief. Honestly, with the 1st round picks, I'm half tempted to not trade for some positions and wait till the draft. Especially quarterback, because I checked the free agency market earlier, and all the free agent quarterbacks in that were crap. So, and as we know, in this game, trading for a quarterback is pretty hard. And so I think I'm going to hold QB off until the draft and possibly some other positions, but I'm going to see what else I can do. Alright guys, last trade of this video. One of the 1st round picks we got earlier, the 30th one. Trading it to the Cowboys for Trayvon Diggs and 2 7th round picks. Let's do this. And then finally, introducing the 2 free agent signings I made off camera in this video. Christian Wilkins and Jajuan Bentley. Alright guys, well that is it for this one. Ignore my hair. Well that is it for this one. Next video, we jump into all of season 1. It should be atrocious, but I will see you there. Tornado Gaming.